And
Hello there. Here we are. Me and I was on my way to a rainbow gathering that we're having here in Oregon, near Selma, Oregon. And I had to go all by myself through some trouble, and I needed help because I have a teepee I'm bringing into the gathering. Uh, I didn't tell you my name or anything.
right, so what's your name, ma'am?
My name is Joan Rivard, and I write and I dance and I do everything I can to try to make the vision come alive for us again. You know, the '60s vision, the peace vision. You know, I'm trying to give it wings and a face. You know, all of us. And so I was trying to go to this rainbow gathering, and I was having a hard time. I didn't want to go by myself. Calvin called me on the iPhone, and he was already up here in Twin Falls, so he invited me to come and stay with these friends of his who are wonderful people. And we're now going to drive to the gathering right after this. Um, so I write books. I write about the '60s, but not as a history book. I write as what's happening now on Haight Street and at the Drum Circle in Golden Gate Park, which is still a center for that movement. In my mind, you know, where else? This is where it began. It began in lots of places. It began in every place. But the thing is, Haight and Ashbury and Golden Gate Park, and especially the Drum Circle area with the giant peace sign that's painted on, it means something. It means something to me. It means something to all of us that participate in that community over there. And it's something very special. And I wrote a book about it, although I'm not trying to sell you the book. I make hardly anything on it. And when I put it on Audible and Kindle, maybe I will, but that's not what I'm going for here. I wrote it about the street kids that lived in Golden Gate Park and on Haight Street. I interviewed them all and talked to them, got their beautiful stories and all the wonderful things they say, and put them all in this book. And so they call it the Hippie Bible. I guess I might as well brag. And it's got icons that illustrate the whole thing. It's really unusual that way. I've never seen anyone really do that as much as I have. I've got thousands of them. And it's got the stories of the street kids that they told me, and their names and their pictures. There's pictures of them in here too. So if you're interested, you can get it on Amazon.com. My name is Joan Rivard. The name of the book is Peace Drums, Jesus Was a Hippie by Joan Rivard. And this one is also on Amazon. I wrote, and this isn't an advertisement, you guys. Believe me, I love you. I wanted to share about the gathering. I've only got 10 minutes, so I'm going to hurry and tell you real quick about these books in case you want them. But it's not about buying anything. I usually email them the book if they want it and they don't have any money. This one is about what's wrong with the New Testament, what's deadly wrong about it, how Paul the Apostle added just really awful stuff, which is what the whole Christian religion is based on, you know, him being born of a virgin. Well, he didn't add that part, somebody else did, but, you know, the part about him being God and women being horrible and slaves should obey their masters and we should obey the government. Paul added all that, you know, with the influence of the Romans that were his friends at the time, even though he claims they arrested him, but to save him from an angry mob, and then they brought him to Rome where he could have his own house and have all the guests he wanted. It sounds like a very hard imprisonment. And he wrote all this garbage, you know, about how horrible we are and how much God hates us. So anyway, this book reveals it all. It's called God's Message to Tree Huggers. And the message is, you guys are already cool, just the way you are. Sorry, you're not horrible. There's nothing, you're not cursed. You know, your crystals don't condemn you to hell. You know, it's a bunch of garbage. Anyway, that's what I teach because I think it's very important that people understand. See, I don't believe in God. I experience God. And please don't take that out of context, okay? Whoever wants to mess with me. I shouldn't say it that way. I know there's something out there. It's not a belief. It's not a pastel faith. You know, I believe it because I've experienced it personally. I know I have, and a lot of other people have too. It's not unique. It's kind of unusual, though, I guess. But especially all these young people that are hippies, they have religious experiences, real ones, and that's what Jesus was talking about. We're talking about the kingdom of heaven, and it's within you, and it's what you believe. You can't be healed unless you believe you can be healed. Maybe our situation with the earth is sort of like this. We have to try to believe that those curses are false, that those prophecies, we should flush them down the toilet, because they're killing us. It's killing us to believe that, the corporations are going to be ones to put a mark in our hand and we can't buy and sell because of this prophecy in the book of Revelation. Don't you think those guys read the book that want to enslave us, and put a chip in our hands so we can't buy and sell? It's like there's nothing of Jesus in the book of Revelation that I can find, except removing all tears from their eyes, and then the other ones burn in the pit of fire. So it's not uplifting. The way the things Jesus says are uplifting. They get you high. It gets you high to think about loving other people and loving everybody. And, rainbow gathering, where we're going, people yell, "We love you!" And then other people on the other side of this big gathering yell, "We love you too!" And you can feel it. It's intense. The energy, the positive, life-filled love vibe. It's not free sex. It's not only about drugs or whatever. Okay, I wrote this other book about the drum circle at Golden Gate Park, which is where I dance on weekends with this large drum circle with about 30 drummers, and I wrote this book about them. Peace Drums 2, the Hippie Hill All-Star Band. You can buy my books on Amazon.com. My name is Joan Rivard, and also you can go to the drum circle if you're ever in San Francisco. And I have a website. It's kind of messed up right now. They took away all the artwork and colors and stuff, but you can still read what I wrote. It's called peacedrums.org. So when he says this video has to end, we only have a certain amount of tape on it. Well, tape, that's old-fashioned, isn't it? People, I still use terms from 50 years ago. We don't use tape anymore. All right, he says I have 2 minutes. Is that what you said? Okay, well, that's quite a lot, actually. You can do a lot in 2 minutes. You can talk to the city council for 3 minutes and say a whole lot of stuff, especially if you have it written down ahead of time. So what can I tell you in those 2 minutes? God is real. God is real. Miracles are real. Maybe we can have one to fix this mess we're in, but we've got to do our part. We've got to believe in ourselves, for one thing. We got to stop believing we're messed up and we should be in jail, or, whatever they're telling us, the religions, the governments. We're cool. We're cool. The Rainbow Gathering is something that happens every year from the 1st to the 7th of July. It's always in a different state. You can look it up online, the Rainbow Gathering. This one I'm going to is a small local gathering in northern, actually mid-Oregon, I guess. And the phone number, I don't have it on me. I guess I can't tell you how to call to get the directions.
I'll put the information in the description.
Well, it's close to Selma, Oregon, and it's on Forest Road 4001, I think. Not 4005, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. You'd have to add a piece.
I'll put the hotline number in the description. I got it.
Okay, yeah, and I have all the directions and everything. It's going through next weekend. It was on this past weekend, but I'm late. I'm arriving.
All right, bye-bye, people. We got 30 seconds.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go put up a rainbow-colored teepee at the Rainbow Gathering that we're here locally in Oregon. And he's gonna put some information about how to get there if you're interested. So I love you guys. I don't know who you are, but I love all of you. And have a good trip. Hang out with God. It's fun. push the religions out of the way and